In broad terms, cutting is actually really simple. You just burn more calories than you consume. However, there's a lot more to cutting that simply goes unmentioned, such as 1, how to target fat during a cutting phase instead of muscle. There are pretty much 5 ways to do this. 1, still train very hard. This will show to your body that you still need these big muscles in order to survive, which will make your body not burn them as energy. Another way is to not go crazy with the caloric deficit. Something like a 10 to 20% deficit will do. If you go lower, your progress will be very slow. If you go higher, you risk losing muscle. A third way is to keep protein intake very high. In fact, you want to eat more protein during your cut than your bulk when it comes to pure ratios. Do at the very minimum 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and at most around 1.2, 1.3. Beyond that, you get very diminished results. A fourth and final way is don't do way too much cardio. You should still definitely do your cardio, however, don't go excessive with it. Don't do multiple HIIT sessions per week and keep it light. I actually have a whole video on how to do cardio while training, check that out. One thing that goes unmentioned on how to do a good cut is how to go back and forth on a cut. The back and forth method is very simple. You pretty much do a few weeks of cutting, and then 1 week you go back to maintenance, and then go back to cutting, and then back to maintenance, until you reach your desired weight. This will help manage cravings, as well as it won't feel like you're starving yourself anymore. But be sure to stay at maintenance and don't go into a bulk. There's also the very controversial clean eating, which in my opinion, I'm actually a defender of. Generally, processed foods weigh more on your body, as in they add more weight than non-processed foods. Generally, you want to cut out processed/junk food in your cutting phase. Although don't go overboard and cut out so much food that there's nothing on your plate left anymore. There are 2 ways to deal with trigger foods. 1, get rid of them, or 2, decrease them heavily and only have a couple around your house and use them as a way to grow your willpower. One last thing that I'll mention is how to deal with cravings. The first method is simply go on a walk or do something strenuous, even if it's very light, as this will help with doing cravings, as cravings only really last 10 to 15 minutes, and this will help get your mind off the craving. Cravings peak at nighttime, so be sure to have a meal at night, as this will satisfy your needs. You could also introduce quote-unquote organized snacking. As long as you stay in your cutting calorie range, this is completely fine. Okay, this last method to do with cravings is a little strange, but trust me, it works. Smelling the food will also help with cravings. Now listen to me real quick. 80% of taste is just smelling the food. So what you want to do is get about a handful of ice and put it in your mouth while smelling the food. This sounds weird, admittedly, but it'll help you get the taste of the food without actually eating the food. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and bye. Sorry for the break, by the way.
Check out my new favorite channel. It is so good. Oh my God. Look at it.